John Tortorella with the Philadelphia Flyers. Match made in heaven, is what I say. Oh, come on. Philadelphia. Go back to the old days of the Broad Street Bullies when they used to beat everybody up. John Tortorella is, if there is not a more perfect fit in the National Hockey League, I don't know what it is. This is where he belongs. And I laugh, too, because, John Tortorella was with the Blue Jackets for 6 years.
Yep.
And I have a very good relationship with him, and I loved interviewing him. And I remember we were in Philly one time, and I said to him, at the end of my interviews, I always try to give him kind of a jab to make fun of him or something lighthearted. Yeah. And I said, boy, you'll love being on that bench tonight here. The Philly people really love you, huh? And he goes, oh, don't even get me going. They hate me here. They hate me. And that goes back to when he was coaching the Tampa Bay Lightning, and he coached them to a Stanley Cup championship. Ken Hitchcock at the time was in Philadelphia. They were battling Philly in the playoffs, and he told Hitchcock, shut your yap. And the next game, and he told me the story, the next time they came back to Philly, the bus backs down the hill and parks down by the loading dock.
Right.
And the people, the parking lot for the regular fans is now up above you, and there's a railing there. They were all standing there booing him, ready to throw stuff at him when he got off the bus at the next game after he said that about Hitchcock. So the Philadelphia fans have never loved John Tortorella. They've hated him. They're going to love him. They love him today. They'll love him more in September. I think he's a perfect fit there.
Colorado, their weakness the last couple years has been that defense. Haven't been quite as physical getting them through the playoffs. It looks like they've changed that. Darren Helm's bringing some heat a little bit. Manson's in there. The Johnsons he mentioned. Has that defense improved enough to really slow down this Tampa Bay squad? It sure looks like it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did some incredible things at the trade deadline. It's easy to look back in hindsight and see the guys that you added. When you add these guys, you want them to fit in the room. The chemistry has got to be right.
Sure.
If you have a team that gets along well and they're doing things well, you don't want to bring in a guy who has a lot of talent but doesn't fit in with everybody else, because that kind of throws it off the rails a little bit. They did a great job. Josh Manson, you mentioned, he's come in, big guy, physical guy. That's what they wanted on their blue line. He's also putting the puck to and in the net.
Yep.
So that's a bonus. Anytime a guy like that does that, that's an absolute bonus. I think one of the things that is it's kind of under the radar here, Jack Johnson, a guy that formerly played with the Blue Jackets. He left the Blue Jackets. He went to Pittsburgh. They gave him a big contract for a lot of money. The Pittsburgh fans they're still beside themselves over that. They thought that he got overpaid and that he was washed up at that time. Early in the playoffs, Samuel Girard goes out with an injury for the Colorado Avalanche. Jack Johnson has had to step in.
Yep.
He's not flashy. He's not going to wow you with his offensive prowess or anything like that. Big body guy. He's just going to be on you. Right? Body on body, slow you down, get in the way, block shots. That's what Jack Johnson does, and he does it really well. So those guys are doing that, and then when you go beyond that, I mean, my goodness, Cale Makar and Devon Tays are arguably the best defensive pair in the National Hockey League right now.
That's what I keep hearing.
And that's not just offensively, because Makar is huge offensively, but these guys are playing great defense. They added really well to their back end with the Manson trade. They got deeper there. They got a Turi Lehkonen to play up front. They made their forwards deeper. You mentioned Darren Helm. He was a guy that they brought in because he had won with the Detroit Red Wings, and they wanted experience. He has fit in really well. They did an excellent job of assessing their roster, bringing in guys to fill holes, but bringing in the right guys to fill holes. That's the tough part to do.
Welcome to That's Debatable. My name is Ryan Dietrich, and that was Bob McElligott, the voice of the Columbus Blue Jackets, who stopped by the studio Monday night, dropped some expert knowledge on the Stanley Cup Finals. He talked a little bit about John Tortorella, gave his insight into what the Blue Jackets are going to be doing this offseason. So if you would like to check out that interview with Bob McElligott, myself, and Jeremiah, it is up on our YouTube page, Yamo Media Columbus, of course. And I think that was last Monday, so you can find it loaded up there. If you want to check out the full half-hour interview, it was awesome. Much thanks to Bob McElligott for stopping by the studio. That was an awesome time. And unfortunately, Bob was right. He had the exact insight as to what Tampa Bay Lightning should do in Game 3 to come back and kind of correct what they did against the Avalanche in Game 2, going down 0-7. So Tampa Bay Lightning back at home, win Game 3, still trail the series 2-1, puck drop just happened about 7-10 minutes ago. So Game 4 is underway, and unfortunately, I'm sitting here looking at my phone. Anthony Cirelli banged one in 30 seconds into the first period. So, looks like Tampa Bay is leading in shots 6-1. They're winning the face-offs, so things are still not going right for the Avalanche. Unfortunately, after that massive Game 2 blowout. So I'm a little peeved right now. It's not what I want to see happening. Fortunately, though, it's a long. They got a lot of hockey left. That's the beauty of it. 1-0 is nothing that the Avs haven't seen before. So, but I don't like to see them starting off this way, man. When Tampa Bay scores the first goal, I don't know what the stats are, but they're a pretty good team when they score the first goal. So, got to have faith, though. Hopefully I'll catch the third period tonight. Darcy Kemper is starting in net for the Avalanche. He gave up an early one, and I didn't get to see it. Might have been a fast break, something like that. Kind of an odd man rush. I don't know, but 30 seconds in, something, I'm guessing a turnover, something probably went wrong. But Darcy Kemper's in the net for the Avalanche. He got pulled with like 8 minutes left in the second period in Game 3. The Avs were down 5-2. Tampa Bay just scored their fifth, and they had scored about 3 goals in maybe a 5-minute span. It was real short that they turned around and put it on them. So Jared Bednar just kind of went with a quick decision. As soon as that fifth one went in, Kemper went right out, brought in Pavel Francouz. I kind of like the move at the moment. Like I said, I think there's about 7-8 minutes left in the second period. I thought it was a good call to just, it's one of those decisions that can get an instant turnaround. Momentum was definitely on Tampa Bay's side. Colorado was flailing and wailing. They were just getting their asses out skated. So it was kind of not a desperation, but it was, definitely a big decision that typically doesn't happen. The Lightning were down 7-0, and they let Vasilevsky in all game. So it was kind of sort of a Hail Mary to turn around and change the momentum in the Avs' favor. It didn't work. So then after that, coming into this game, there's a little bit of questioning, or at least amongst the media and fans and things, who should start, Francouz or Kemper. I think Bednar knew Kemper was going to start the whole time. A guy can have a bad couple of periods and, sleep it off, turn around, and come back at it. Tampa Bay shit the bed Game 2, turned around, blew him out Game 3. So lots of odd swings. So Kemper's in net. Hopefully our guy Darcy can get back to standing on his head and only give up one in Game 4, tonight. So we'll keep an eye on that. There's about 12 minutes left in the first period. Colorado is down 1. So we'll see. I think Darcy Kemper can rebound. A little bit of that interview with Bob on Monday. He said exactly what Tampa Bay needed to do to turn it around. And a lot of that is getting ahead of the Colorado forecheck and then slowing down the Colorado fast breaks or that quick transition game. And what they do is, put some bodies on those guys early on before you can really get, those first 2 steps and first 2 skates in. It's really just tighten up that defense, stay body to body, throw elbows, bump them off their path a little bit, do anything to derail that speed of Colorado, which is exactly what Tampa Bay did. Monday night in Game 3, they got the 6-2 win, so it was a big turnaround. Colorado's looking real good. First 2 games at home, though. Games 3 and 4 in Tampa, so we'll see what shakes out. Home ice is a big advantage, especially in Tampa Bay and in Denver. If you've watched any of it, those crowds are rocking and rolling, so we'll see. We're underway. It's exciting. If you're not watching the show, hopefully you're watching some NHL hockey. The Nhl Awards were last night. My guy, Cale Makar, won the Norris Trophy. Best defenseman in the league. I didn't get to see much other than that, though, so I'll have to pull that up. Check out the Vezina. I think was Shesterkin. But I'll have to pull that up and check that out. So, Hockey Awards hosted by Keegan Peele, I believe. So, interesting there. And you notice it's just me. Sorry, I should have led with this, guys. Solo for now, your guy Ryan Dietrich, and that's Debaytable. so I'm just going to debate myself for a little bit. My guy Jer's coming in. Big shout out to Will Ward, the big cat. He is out in Vegas. I think his bro's getting married tonight or tomorrow. I think the wedding's tonight. Shout out to Willie. Hopefully he hits it big out in Vegas, man. I always like to see that. I haven't been to Las Vegas in quite a while. All right. We got anything in the chat, AD, that I need to keep an eye out for? I don't think I got any chat comments at the moment. So
not yet, nope.
If you're out there watching, tune in. All right. And I'll keep an eye on the group chat as well. So, a little bit of hockey still underway. Big turnaround. Check out that interview with Bob McElligott. He's the radio voice of the Blue Jackets. He is employed by the the Columbus Blue Jackets, does all their radio play-by-play. So also, if you get a chance next season, listen to Bob on the radio. And we're going to dive into some NBA draft. Is tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern. If you want the green room attendant graphic, I'm going to show you who's going to be hanging out and who is invited to the NBA draft. Always a big night. It's kind of interesting that they always run.
That's the wrong graphic.
That's a good one, though. If you're
We are way off on the rail today.
Yeah, it's all good. We're flying by the seat of our pants. And it sounds like our guy Jer's got stuck at a light. You can check that out if you want. Green room attendees, as you can see, Ochai Agbaji, the big dog from Kansas, Paolo Banchero, the big dog from Duke, our boy Malachi Branham, and I don't know if EJ's name's on that list either. EJ didn't get invited, which is kind of a bummer, but there it is. Always a cool deal, especially for those boys. Show up in the green room, see if you can get drafted in the first round. I mean, that's a big deal. So our guy Jer's just rolling in, and he's going to dive in, and we'll jump more into who's going to be number one, who's looking at Malachi Branham, how early will he go. I know Jer's got his eyes on a few players. You know, some big dude from KU is always in the mix, always in the discussion. So we see what we can come up with. But tomorrow night on ABC and ESPN, NBA Draft, 8 Eastern. And joining me in the studio now is my guy, Jeremiah Bays.
What up, buddy?
And there's a little sneak peek at
We are screwed up pretty bad today, man.
what's that from? Ozark. I don't think any of you guys watch Ozark.
That's my show.
Do you? Yeah.
I don't know what that's
Finally,
from.
Finally got it. Nice. We're talking. I'll catch you up, man. We're talking about the NBA draft. Who do you think's going number one? So, all right. First up, we just threw up the green room attendees.
Right.
All the big dogs are in there. EJ Liddell is not, but Malachi's going. Banchero, bunch of other dudes, couple international players in there. Right. I want to keep my eyes on Nikola Jovic, just because it sounds like the same as Nikola Jokic, you know. Some other new player. Just kind of a funny thing I like.
You know how I feel about Jokic.
Right. Who's number one? So who do you think's going to go number one? Put you on the spot real quick. The top three candidates are going to be Chet Holmgren, Paolo Banchero, and Jabari Parker Jr. out of Auburn.
It's just like
Who you like?
I mean, who do I like? You know,
And it's the Magic.
None of that's the problem. That's the issue. It's the magic, and we hopefully some magic happen. But I think the best player who should go number one is Jabari Smith. He was averaging almost 17 points last year, 6'10", 220 freshman, and he could score with the best of them. They had lost to Miami in a tournament, but still looks strong. But a lot of people like this Chet Holmgren guy. I'm not a big fan. I'm just tall, lanky,
Yeah,
7
right.
foot, 195. He weighs just as much as I do. Yeah, I'm not 7 foot though, but that's the problem.
Damn.
But
I didn't
don't-
realize he's that skinny. And I understand,
Yeah.
like, you bulk up in the
Nah.
NBA, but
I don't.
there's a
no.
big difference between, like, Giannis adding 30 pounds and Chet Holmgren adding 30 pounds. You know what I mean? Giannis got that frame. You're right. Holmgren's a little string bean.
Yeah.
I didn't know he's only $1.95. And I called him Jabari Parker. Who's Jabari Parker?
Jabari Parker is the former, the number 2 pick that followed up from that was in the 2014 draft for Andrew Wiggins. Yeah, Jabari Smith.
There you
Chet
go.
Holmgren, 7 foot 195. He's from Minnesota though, from Minneapolis. Shout out to my Vikings. It's almost football season, but
He's
a
from
lot,
Minneapolis.
A lot of people like him. He's favored to go number 1. It's the Magic, so it's just like good luck. I feel like if the Magic is smart, they should just go with a ready now player. And I think who's ready right now, it would be Jabari Smith. But none of these guys are my favorite. I like Banchero. I think he should go to the Rockets. I think both players, Banchero and Smith, will be solid for the Rockets at 2. And or the Rockets got the 3rd pick.
He pulled up real fast.
They either 2nd or 3rd. But I just feel like going to the Magic is just a tough spot for any of these 3 young men. So hopefully Chet do go number 1 just to so the other people can have a more successful career. But you already know my favorite person is Jaden Ivey.
Oh, by the way, since you're catching in,
Yeah.
Lightning are up 1-0 right now.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm looking real electrified. I got my Florida shirt on. Tomorrow my birthday, by the way. Yeah.
Dude, that's right.
Yeah, June 23rd, big 2-9. Yeah, I'm hoping that the Tampa Bay Lightning get it done, tied up 2-2, and go ahead finish it out in 6. Like I like these Game 6
you want
predictions.
all the flowers, man. You want all the flowers.
Yeah, man, come on, why not? If I'm into this, I'm into this National Hockey League thing now. So
Bring it on.
Yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in for Tampa Bay, man. I'm colorful. And yeah, like I said, I'm looking electrified. I already know.
You'll be down there we'll go down for the trophy parade, right? Ride the boats.
We can
Oklahoma.
definitely do that. Or just when they come, next season when they come see the Jackets, I could definitely go. Like I said, I'm gonna take my son and
There
my
you
nephew
go.
to go see that, and I mean that.
All right, back to the draft.
Yeah.
OKC as the number 2 pick.
Okay, so you got the number 2
Houston's
pick.
3,
Okay.
Sacramento 4, Detroit 5.
Detroit 5. I like. Oh, yeah. A lot of these Jabari Smith and Banchero would be perfect for the for OKC. I like what OKC is building over there, and they got 2 top 10 picks, I believe, or they got 4 picks in the first round, something crazy like that.
Yep.
But I like Jabari Smith. Then Chet Holmgren, you could go number 1. You could have you go ahead, be a bust or try to live up to the expectations, whatever. I just think that the other places is best fit for the other young men. So he could go ahead and go to Orlando. He got all the hype. But yeah, I like both of those in OKC. But like I said, man, my favorite player is Jaden Ivey. I think he's gonna be Rookie of the Year. I'm saying it now before it ever happens. Which one's my camera? That one? Which
Middle
one?
guy.
Middle guy. Okay, hey, yeah. Jaden Ivey will win Rookie of the Year. Book it. Bet on it while it's low. I'm telling
Damn.
you.
June 22nd.
But it's a guards league, man. He's gonna be
The finals just didn't even end a week ago.
not even a week ago. But a week ago was the show, and we talked about it. And I brought up Jaden Ivey. This is my guy.
right.
I've been on Jaden Ivey. I was disappointed in against his St. Peter's performance. He didn't really show up. I felt
St.
like
Peter's, nice.
yeah, my Tar Heels put
Shit,
them.
I already
yeah,
forgot about them.
Yeah, my Tar Heels put them out though. But I'm pro Jaden Ivey, man. He's gonna be the steal of the draft. I think
Jaden Ivey.
if he's still around in 6, wherever Indy's at, he definitely gonna. They're gonna pick him up because that's where he's already at in Indiana.
All right, I'm going to say, since it's Orlando and Jabari Smith, I think Jabari Smith is going first overall, just because Orlando's going to take the Auburn guy out of it. That's what I'm rolling with.
That'd be dope though. It's just the
It's my
Orlando
long shot.
Man,
But shit, I mean, Duke's right there, I guess. I mean,
he's not. I don't think he's gonna go number 1 though. I think he's going 3.
I'm
no
going
matter
Jabari
what.
Smith.
Yeah.
He's going to Houston, Banchero.
Yeah, he'd be a solid pick for Houston though. I think he's nice
Be a good
stretch
fit.
4, big wing.
All right.
Maybe if he could be good on defense, he could definitely get on the floor quicker.
Since I went Buckeyes tonight, I rarely go Buckeyes. You know that. Let's talk about our boys. Malachi Branham, who has kind of rose to stardom, in a half a season, about ever since conference play started, January, February. Malachi Branham has certainly improved his NBA draft stock. I saw somewhere he's right about 14, 15, top 18 pick. And our guys, the Cleveland Cavaliers, picking right at 14. E.J. Liddell, I think, was somewhere in that 20-ish range with some of his projections. But, a lot of things can happen. Where do you think either one of them should go? Let's start with Branham. Where do you think Malachi Branham? Well, where do you think he would be a good fit?
I mean, why not stay in the home state? They're trying to get rid of Colin Sexton, get him off their books. Another nice young scorer. It definitely could be solid for the Cavs, and the Cavs is building something strong. They're already big, they're long and lanky. They just need more guard play.
There you go.
Why not get Malachi?
Who's the Cleveland Browns head coach?
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Or who's the Cavaliers head coach?
J.D. Bickerstaff.
There you go. I think that's right. Yeah, I wonder. Wondering who they can turn him into a guard. See if they can.
He's 6'5", so I'm in a small 3,
right,
or 2.
But yeah, the kid has come a long way. So I mean, obviously he's got a lot of room to improve. But
JB, not JD.
JB
Bickerstaff. I said JD.
How about Liddell?
EJ Liddell.
Yep. Right about 20, 22.
I don't know, man. He could just be a steal.
And he's going to be pretty heavy, thick guy.
6'7", 240. Yeah.
Big Charles Barkley, big rebounding machine.
Yeah, he was averaging 19.4. Oh yeah, he was putting it in. 19.4, 8 rebounds. Yeah, almost 50% from the field. Yeah, no, he could be a solid player. Just somewhere in the 20s. That's where it gets tricky. The lottery is over.
Right.
Not necessarily a lottery player, but you just got to make the right pick and hopefully go to the right situation. It's all about the right situation. If you go to the wrong spot, you could be done for. That's why that number one pick, being the number one overall pick this year, might not be the best thing. And
he was a good scorer at the college level. I mean, 19 a game, but I don't think that'll quite translate to the NBA. Like I said, I think he's going to be more of big body dude, lots of boards, good on the defensive end. He's got all those fundamentals. He played
scrappy.
Yep, played a couple years at the highest level in the Big Ten. So veteran experience come in. I think he'd be a good piece to fit.
Yeah, and he got better every year from 6 points to 16 and 19.
Memphis, somebody like Memphis used him.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're deep. So that's a nice culture, nice young core. Yeah, somewhere like that could definitely work for him. For anybody, because Memphis is just headed in the right direction. So if you get drafted by Memphis, you just lucky.
Right? Yeah, you're in a good. Yeah, you want that. Yeah. You mentioned your boy Jaden Ivey. You said he's gonna win Rookie of the Year. What team's he gonna win Rookie of the Year for?
It depends on who want to take that reach, but I know if he's sitting around there where Indiana is, they're gonna definitely pick him up. So it could be for the Pacers.
How's he fit in Indiana? Is that a good? Let me see where I got him on the list. Jaden Ivey,
6,
number 6 on that top 10 list. Yeah.
And I think that's where the Pacers pick.
Detroit was 5, Indiana Pacers 6,
yep.
Portland 7.
Yeah.
Portland.
Woo!
What's Jaden Ivey get done in Portland?
Being behind and he's a young Dame.
Be alongside Dame. Does that work if you got two of the same-ish guy? I mean, you always want role players.
But he's coming off the bench. Nah, definitely you need young legs, somebody who could spell Dame, somebody who could learn from Dame. And his type of game, he got a deep ball. He's aggressive. He attacked the bucket, and he got a mid-range, and he could pass the ball. He passed the ball too much out the air, though. That's why he had a lot of turnovers in that St. Peter's game. He need to just.
We saw a lot of that in the NBA Finals, man.
Yeah, Jason Tatum, Jason turnover.
Yeah, Jason turnover.
I'm gonna ease up off my guy because I predicted the downfall. My fault. I ain't pray on your downfall, but I kind of seen into the future of it. So
and if Willie's out there, I know he's busy in Vegas at the roulette table. But I know Willie wanted to kill Tatum. He was not. He did not play well in the finals. But
he didn't show up. 13 points in the 6th.
I see the Pelicans at 8. So we've got C.J. McCollum there. Jaden Ivey fit alongside him, kind of like Dame and McCollum in Portland.
That's a lot of people who need the ball over there. Between B.I., C.J., and Zion. Zion's coming back, and I just seen pictures of Zion today. He's looking good, man. Don't forget about Zion.
I was just going to ask that. Is he the draft's tomorrow night? So is somebody big like things happen?
Nah,
Zion's not going to Orlando.
Nah, heavens no. Nah, he got too much power for that. He's gonna try. He might try to make his way to the Madison Square Garden, but besides that, he's probably gonna. The Pelicans ain't gonna have no choice but to re-sign him because the upside is too high.
So what piece out of these top 10, 15 helps Zion and the Pelicans. Because, dude,
they need
look,
a pure shooter. They just need somebody who can stretch the floor.
They
don't
looked
need
good in the playoffs without Zion.
Yeah, that's also because the Suns were suspect. Well, we kind of seen that happening. But
give credit where credit is due. Come on now.
But no, the Pelicans look good, but they don't need like another playmaker necessarily. They got enough ball dominant players who can work within how to figure out within themselves. They just need people who can stretch the floor or people who could definitely just go down there and bang and get boards. They don't necessarily need a Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey would be a good fit for the.
All right, number 9, you got that Benedict Mathurin, that big dude from Arizona. I think he's like 7 feet.
Yeah, somebody like him would definitely be solid for the Pelicans. They need more size. They got enough guards. Just people who can stretch the floor. They got B.I. McCollum, and Zion is definitely already. He just needs space as it is.
Gotcha. All right, Shaedon Sharpe's another name that's been talked about a lot. And I will say for those watching, we got a guest coming on here shortly. In about 15 minutes, we're going to have Cody Ballard, semi-pro basketball player here around Columbus, currently playing for the Ohio Bruins and a big part of the Brick League. So, a dude with some hoop experience and knowledge. So we're going to bring back some of these topics and get his opinion on some of these things. So, I know Shaedon Sharpe's a big name. Kentucky or Memphis? Kentucky.
He's going there next year.
He's got some unknowns, so he's another name to keep an eye on.
I said ESPN not even giving me no stats on this guy.
Shaedon Sharpe.
Yeah. 6'6", 200 pounds out of London. What is ON?
Oh, that's a good call. All right, we're going to find some stats on Shaedon Sharpe. We're going to send you folks to a quick commercial break. We'll be back in a few minutes. We'll be right back on That's Debatable.
The corner is sent in. Into the net it is! Damani Kamara opens the scoring. His teammate number 8 swung out wide, ball in. Kamara yet again! Damani Kamara, have a day, sir! He has 2 already. Can he get a third? Kamara, he can! Damani Kamara with a hat trick! 5-0 to the home side. Finds Kamara, top of the box. Kamara! Damani Kamara! Shot taken into the net! Damani Kamara! His second goal of the game! 5 in 2 games, and Damani Kamara!
How and why did they give up so many goals?
Well, there are some games that you get into where, it's 7-0, and it looks terrible. But
that's a touchdown.
Yeah, it is a touchdown. You're right.
Doesn't happen often.
But it's 1-0, 2-0. You can, the cliche in a game like that will be, when you can lose 1-0, you can lose 7-0. It's the same thing.
Right.
It's not quite the same thing because you're going to be able to break down how many mistakes there were that resulted in goals against.
It feels different too.
It does feel different. But again, if you are a team like the Tampa Bay Lightning and you have the experience that you have,
right,
you can come back from that and say, that's a blip on the radar screen. That doesn't happen. Shouldn't have happened. It did happen. Now we got to get back to being who we are and what we are. Is it devastating? You don't know till the series is over. Like when the series is over, you're going to be able to look back at that game too and say, man, that was as big of a win as it looked to be at that time. Or you may look back and say, wow, that was a big win at the time, but it just kind of got the Lightning to refocus and get back to what they need to do. So when it's over, we'll see which way that goes. But you're right. It looks devastating right now. You get beaten that bad. National television, Stanley Cup final for a team that's not used to getting beaten like that.
Right.
So how important is home ice advantage?
Well, I think it's really important. I mean, Colorado wins their 2 on home ice. You go back to that Rangers series that the Lightning played in the Eastern Conference Final.
Right.
They dropped the first 2 in New York.
Yep.
Then they went home and they won the next 2. And then all of a sudden, you know,
They won 4 straight.
Yeah, you're looking at a best of 5. And that's where you're looking to get to. It literally is the one game at a time. Again, it's all not cliches, but
that's right.
it is.
True.
If you get a win, if you get that first home win, then you can say, okay, now we're just down by a game, and we have another one to play at home. If you play that one and you win it, now it's back to even. You've got the team that was up 2-0 questioning what did we do to fall off of where we were.
Right.
You have the other team saying, okay, we've got our stuff together now. Let's go from here. So, home ice advantage is absolutely huge. And I think we've seen in these playoffs a lot where the home crowds have really pushed those teams.
All right, welcome back, fam. That's Debatable. And that was more of the interview with Bob McElligott and Jer and myself. Thank you all for watching out there. If you're with us, a little bit of NBA. Let's cut it back to the NFL and stick around here in Ohio. The big news, Jer, I'm sure you saw Deshaun Watson settled 20 of the 24 cases. According to his lawyer, Tony Busby, I'm sure that was probably at the behest of the Cleveland Browns, and I were just straight up Roger Goodell of let's bury this shit, dude. We got to get this out of the news. We got to stop the number of complaints and filings still going up. So, because, like he said, I'm going to fight this until I clear my name. I'm innocent, so why would I pay these women if I didn't do anything? And if you're a fan of Ozark, the fuck you are, Deshaun. God, Marty's awesome. Marty and Wendy Bird. Wendy's cold, man.
Oh my goodness,
She's soulless.
She's annoying.
Yeah.
Drop the first F-bomb. And on Yama, and I love it.
All right.
First F-bomb ever.
Courtesy of Jason Bateman and Ozark and Deshaun Watson, man. I'm sure. 20 and 24 lawsuits settled. Also, what does that mean? Like, what are the 4 outliers? Like, they just want, instead of $500,000, we want $5 million.
They more embarrassment for the young man. More
drag him out, keep him in the.
It's like this is gonna be a stain forever, no matter how they look at it. Just because the only way he could come back from this is if he going to bring the Browns a championship.
Dude, I was getting shit. They get to the divisional round, all will be forgotten. I mean, other than the group of fans that will never let go of this, that aren't, that would be like the fans. But that's the thing, football fans, man, forgive and forget
stuff
so
like that.
quick. Yeah, that's that crowd. That crowd's gonna hang on to it. But it is what it is. Or it's not. It is what it is. But that's the NFL. That's one of the most powerful businesses in all of America. That kind of money, that amount of lawyers, yada, 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 you keep putting it together and they can pull some strings and kind of do whatever they want. So what's your takeaway? I mean, all right, we talked suspensions.
I was just about to say, I already feel like, I already said it, unfortunately, he's going to be suspended possibly for the year. Four lawsuits haven't been settled, 4 weeks. There you go. I mean, I really hope it's that simple when he could just get back on the field.
4 lawsuits, 4 weeks. Rolling back out there, week 5.
With all the stuff that the NFL...
I mean, he will be.
With all the stuff that they
gotten
to, who knows, man? You got the Ray Rice, all these, Adrian Peterson got suspended just for whooping his kid. We don't, this is, not to say it's not serious, because you know how I feel about these women in this copy-paste story.
Yep.
But just to deal with all the extra, go ahead and cut it down the middle and give them a little spanking on the suspension. That's what I feel like they're going to do.
Yeah, so, 4 weeks is... But shit, if he settles these,
I don't know what these women want, man. I don't know what they want.
Money, fame, they want the man in jail for doing the wrongs, but that ain't going to happen. He ain't doing time, that's for sure.
He don't deserve no jail time, that's for sure. Yeah, you're right.
He ain't going to get jail time, you kidding me? Calvin Ridley will see jail time before Deshaun Watson, and that's fucked up.
He shouldn't even be suspended. He shouldn't even be suspended.
A year for a $1,500 bet.
The Falcons suck.
Dude, but that's the fine line. Like betting on sports, I mean, that's Pete Rose. You know, that's the fine line.
Chime in on this real quick. All right, so
You get in whenever you want.
thank you, sir. I'm the producer. I know that I can just hit buttons and shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Dell.
Hello. All right, so you're sitting there saying that I can't do that. You're sitting there saying that it's not a big deal with the gambling. If it turns out that players are throwing games, that it opens up so many antitrust lawsuits. That's something that can take away the entire integrity of the game. And you know as well as I do, the NFL cares more about the integrity of the shield than anything else, including, and this is going to make me sound horrible, if women were sexually harassed. Just being honest. We know how good that works.
That's just a fact.
And that's why I feel like it might be a year, unfortunately.
All right. Yes, you make a good point. You can't, once you have players betting on their own teams, but you have NFL franchises are sponsored by sports books. The Miami Dolphins have a partnership with whatever sports book in Florida run commercials during games. Yeah. They're going to have fucking sports betting kiosks in NFL stadiums.
No, I'm not saying that you can't gamble. Like, that's fine. They're in bed with Caesars. There's too much money not to be. So, but if it finds out that the players are changing the outcomes of the games, which if you're betting on a game, then that's what it could seem like, and that will throw so many wrenches into the plans of making all the money of betting with tablets in the stadium, which I'm all for, 100%. Can't wait till January 1st. But you can't sit there and say, oh, well, Aaron Rodgers had a bet that they would win the game by 6, and then he ended up kneeling down on the last play of the game, or not kneeling down, and he ran up the score. If you do that, that's going to taint all the integrity of the game, and they will not have that.
Right, but we're not talking about players betting on sports. I mean, that's why he's suspended. But
he was hurt though.
All right, so whatever happened to Brian Flores and the owner of the Dolphins accusing the owner of paying Brian Flores what, $150,000 to lose games?
Yeah.
We haven't heard about that story for a few months.
That went away.
Convenient. That was nice.
Yeah.
So
that went away and he went away.
Are you right?
Where's Brian Flores at now? Is he an assistant coach somewhere, or
Isn't he in Pittsburgh?
I'll find out.
I'm pretty sure. I think he got hired in Pittsburgh.
Somebody fact check me on that.
Something like that. And yeah, I mean, yeah, that's, you know.
He is the senior defensive assistant and linebackers coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
There you go. Him and Mike Tomlin watching out for his guy, that's for sure.
And shout out Mike T.
I mean, yeah, you can't have players betting on sports, but I just, I love gambling, and so I think those players should be able to bet.
And he played his cards
and I know they do it anyway, man. If I was a pro athlete, I would have a bag man all the way, just giving him cash. Like, yeah, I'm going to go out and drop 20 tonight, man. I got overs on that easy. But
you just can't get caught.
Sorry, Deshaun, you got caught, bro. You can't get caught.
He didn't do anything. He paid for his service. Did anybody not get paid?
He didn't pay enough. That's the problem.
Man, I'm sure he would have ramped up the dollars. I'm sure he would have definitely ramped up the dollars, man.
It must have not been worth it then.
No, but Deshaun Watson, unfortunately, like I said, it might be a year.
No way it'll be a year. I think
Tom Brady got four games for allegedly getting balls deflated.
They're right. That's another. Yeah, it's another one of those integrity of the game or some business.
AP got suspended a year for whooping his own kid, just too aggressively. Nah, see, it's just something like this. Whether, like I said, he ain't do nothing too crazy, but it's definitely gonna be.
Also, this is this is the first of its kind of thing with Instagram and social media and some of in the last 10 years or whatever, all the new social medias. This is really the first incident with a high-profile athlete and something of this nature. I mean, sometimes, you'll hear about him sliding into some chick's DMs or whatever. But this is the first thing of but I mean, yeah, massages with 60, 100 of them all over the country. Yeah. Like, typically, it's just some basketball player sliding in some Kardashian's DMs. This is a little different,
Yeah. But
so it's
what does this mean for Baker Mayfield? Do they Browns keep him? Should he play? What should they do with Baker? I wish Will was here. Where you at, Will?
I think just put him hire him for the grounds crew.
grounds.
You know what I mean? He did good in those State Farm commercials.
Nah, man, go ahead and audition for your next team. Because, I mean, no matter what, he's not going to be a Brown. But, but go ahead and audition for your next team. He's going to take the Browns to the playoffs. And, you know, they're going to mess around. What if they win the AFC North? All on Baker. I mean,
Take that. Put $5 on that bet because it's gonna pay like 30-1 right now. But what should they do with Baker? I don't know. Hire him to mow hire him to mow the lawn, man. Just
he
keep
did
him
have
around
that one
the
commercial
arena.
where he was cutting the grass.
Dude, those are funny. And that kid will be fine. He's got it set, but
That's the problem. He was
he
doing too
ain't a
many
starter.
commercials.
So, real quick, I will interject. I had mentioned earlier we were going to have our guy Cody Ballard in the house tonight, talk some hoops. Unfortunately, life happens. Life got in the way. He had some last-minute things come up. We just got the call, so no Cody tonight, unfortunately. But he's out. We'll definitely bring him back for sure. Again, it's our guy Cody Ballard, really involved in the hoops community here around Columbus with the youth, the TBL Academy, the Brick League, the Ohio Bruins, and Casey Gillespie, and the OBA, and some of those guys. So we'll get caught up with them here next couple of weeks as the Brick League gets underway in the mid-season. And you can catch some Brick League action on Yamo Media. We'll pump out a schedule for that, some of those things. So it's just going to be Jared and I chilling the next 20 minutes here. But that's debatable. We're going to get into...
Well, we can still talk about the list.
Yeah, we can talk about the list for sure. Do you have his graphic,
I've been
AD?
getting-
Do you have his list?
I've been getting cussed out about my list all day,
This the one
man.
from last week?
Your Steph... Yeah, the Steph list. Let's see.
I got the one from Broussard.
Nah. Here's the one from Jared.
Yeah, send him your...
Yeah, I don't think send that to me. I'll throw it in.
Yep.
Also, one of the cool things about everything going off the rails today, we can do some split screen shit.
Oh, dude, nice.
Check that out.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Hell yeah.
Right. So I'm going to hide those so I can make the graphics for what we're doing.
Okay.
Bye.
No, good call, man. All right, yeah, gang, this is how it happens, dude. We need, God damn it, what's his name?
So should we get rid of
Riley.
that now?
The Fox News nut job.
Tucker Carlson?
No, the one that used to be there.
Bill O'Reilly?
Bill O'Reilly.
Bill O'Reilly.
That old famous clip of him. He's sitting behind the news desk and everything's going haywire and everything's going wrong all at the last second. He's like, fuck it, we're doing it live.
It happens,
And then
man.
they go cut and he turns into Bill O'Reilly.
So this is the behind-the-scenes shit.
You usually got to pay extra for this.
Right, no shit. Like OnlyFans Jamo, you know?
Only fans, y'all.
Why not?
That's
Strictly
debatable
business
after dark.
purposes. Yeah, nah.
All right.
That's debatable after dark.
BDY.
Now we could definitely
Big Gummo.
dive. We could dive back into this list next week when Will's here, just so I can have somebody to yell at. I've been getting yelled at all day about this list. I'm literally people have hitting me
You
up.
want me to kill you?
Man, if you don't like it,
Oh, I got a good idea, though.
what?
So what I'm thinking I'm going to do
What you got?
is I'm going to make a list of the 10 best names in basketball of all time.
Just names.
Just names.
alone.
Jet Left Shrimp, God Sham God.
Oh, like the nicknames?
No, just cool names, man.
All right, cool. All right.
I'm just going to cut just Ryan's garbage. Just shit that I think's neat for no reason.
I'm weak. We got Dr. Drew. Hey, that's cool. Hey,
Uncle
look.
Drew, man, Uncle Drew is
I said
bad.
Dr. Drew.
That's
Dr.
what
J.
I
Uncle
did
Drew.
see. I think somebody might have been Cam posted like NFL nicknames, and that's debatable. I think there's a picture of that. Some damn good nicknames there. But let's talk about this list now.
All right, I got it.
Let's
You ready?
Present it,
It is presented.
and that way we got Jared's list up. We can pump out this clip.
That's what it's all about.
Roll through it, and then people can kill you this way.
Yeah, I mean, we can really, like I said, we can really dive in deep next week when we got Will here. But I got the debate of the week was: is Stephen Curry your top 10 player? A lot of people said yes. Some people said no. Some people even got Steph in the top 5, which is
No way in
absurd.
hell.
It's
It's
ridiculous.
it's just too soon. Now, you know, I've heard some. I got Michael. Let me just start at the top. Michael Jordan, number 1 overall, the GOAT. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 2. Magic Johnson 3, LeBron James 4, Wilt Chamberlain 5, Bill Russell 6, Tim Duncan 7, Shaquille O'Neal 8, Kobe Bryant 9, Larry Bird 10, and I do got Stephen Curry right outside the top 10, which is why I went to 15, just so y'all can see where Steph was. Steph is at 11 for me. I feel like he's not done. Let the chef finish cooking. Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem the Dream, that's another good name. The Dream. Kevin Durant, Oscar Robertson, and Dr. J. Julius Erving at 15. That's my top 10/top 15 list. Now, a lot of people, I've had LeBron fans.
Hey, Jared, did you know that Oscar Robertson, like the Academy Awards, the Oscars, that trophy is actually named after Oscar Robertson?
No, I did not know that.
It's not. I'm just fucking with you. That's just
I
dumb.
was-
That's how good Oscar Robertson is. They named an acting award after Oscar Robertson.
I was about to say that time out. Did they? I mean, he was the original triple-double king before Russell Westbrook oversaturated it. But, like I said, a lot of people disagree where LeBron is. A lot of people disagree where Kobe Bryant is. Even some people disagree where Shaq is. Some people don't like where Steph is. That's fine. That's the whole point of a list. Put out a list, put it out there. Not everybody's going to agree with your list. I kind of put people strategically in certain places just to create an argument or debate, just to create debate. But honestly, though, Steph Curry is a two-time scoring champ, four-time champion, one-time Finals MVP, one-time unanimous MVP, steals champ, all the accolades, all time. He brought his championship. He brought all his rings to the championship ceremony. But I feel like the chef ain't done cooking, and I do feel like the Warriors is set up for success for the next 5 years at least. But I think they can run this next decade. Let's see how many more rings Steph could get, and he could easily crack the top 10 now. Steph, Larry Bird, that's debatable.
There's some good, man. There's some good.
Everybody on this list is a top 10 player. The question is, where do you rank them? Now, number one overall, just for me, is untouchable. Nobody can pass. You gotta do a lot to be able to pass Michael Jordan himself. So it's hard for that, man. Like I said, some people got LeBron as number 1, 2, 3. Not me. I think he could get a couple more things. I know he owed. Once he passed Kareem, he could definitely move up a couple of notches.
I mean, Kareem, the scoring points leader with no threes.
Exactly. He said he only.
That's a lot of buckets.
He just put out a post that he only made 1 3. The scoring points leader only made 1 3. He only needed 1 3 to do that. But he also played a very long time, and he had an unstoppable hook shot that kind of got him to where he needed to get.
Like he changed the game.
Well, he couldn't change. Nobody really was able to mimic what Kareem was able to do.
I want to pose a question to you guys real quick.
What's up?
If it wasn't for Scottie Pippen, take Scottie Pippen out of the equation,
would
Michael Jordan still be the GOAT?
The question is,
yes.
Yeah, it's unwritten because at that point, Mike already had an MVP, a Defensive Player of the Year. He already had scoring titles. Like, he was already building a nice resume. Now, the question is, would he have been a champion? We don't know. Will he be 6-0 without Scottie? We don't necessarily know that.
Yes, he would.
But,
He'd have even more
would he be
points.
I said, would he have been a champion? Sure. The way he's built and the grit, he would have at least got himself 1 or 2.
He would have just made
Scottie.
whoever took that. Whoever would have been in that spot. He would have made that person the Scottie Pippen. We would have been talking about how good that other guy is.
Somebody Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen
Michael
was
Jordan
a damn
does.
good player.
That's how good Jordan was.
He definitely made Scottie tough.
Whoever was with him, he elevated him to that role, to legend status.
Scottie
you know what I mean?
He took Scottie to another level. Obviously, Peyton Manning made Reggie Wayne one of the greatest receivers of all time. That's how it works.
Sure.
But if you don't have Scottie Pippen, I don't think you have Michael Jordan that we know today. Just like if you didn't have Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade or Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving. LeBron might not be the champion that we know him as today. Now, granted, everyone hates LeBron for some reason, but in basketball, you have that. How often do you have one player who takes their team to the promised land and they don't need the extra help, especially in today's world?
Well, nobody. Everybody needs help. Even
LeBron and that Cavs team from 09 or whatever.
No.
He got there, but
That's what you said.
Yeah.
You said took him there.
I mean,
shit team.
Well, the promised land is like
the players
the
who,
ship.
He didn't do
Jordan,
it.
that's
he
who,
did,
man.
No, he did carry the bulk of the workload. I gave him. I would tip my hat to that. But the players, everybody played a role. Somebody got that extra rebound. Somebody made that extra pass, and somebody got that extra steal in order for
Steve
the Cavs.
Kerr did.
Somebody. I'm talking about in the
Kerr
case of
has
LeBron,
so many damn championship
somebody did
rings.
something in order for somebody to get somewhere. But when Michael Jordan did finally win his first playoff series, because a lot of people like to throw that out there, he was 1-10 prior, or 1-9 prior to Scottie Pippen getting to the Bulls. But the first playoff series he won with Scottie Pippen, Scottie only averaged about 4 points. So yeah, Scottie was on the roster, but Michael Jordan was still the guy. Like Michael Jordan was already building, like I said, outside of the championships, because we don't know, but he also had Phil Jackson and all the other players that was there, not just Scottie. Everybody had a role. But he, like I said, he had an MVP already, a defensive player of the year without Scottie Pippen, scoring titles, steals, champ. Like he was already a phenom without Scottie. Michael Jordan was still Michael Jordan without Scottie. Dude. But it's just the sixth. He got to the championship, and when he got there, he won 3-peat and not done often. Stuff like it's just like, but Scottie was there for that. Like you tip your hat to Scottie. He just put his book out unguarded, where he was very bothered. He was because he was bothered from the Last Dance, and he ain't like how he was represented. But nah, it is what it is.
Do you guys have any interest in
He's
the
better than
new
top 50
one
player.
coming out? It's like the Last Dance for baseball. Is it Jeter?
I'm more excited about Unrivaled.
The
Avs and Red Wings.
Avs and Red Wings.
I mean, I'm a hockey guy. Though.
That's
You
going
know
to be
that.
fucking awesome.
I can't wait for that damn show.
That gave me chills. I think that comes out Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Unrivaled. Red Wings Avalanche, one of the greatest rivalries of all time. And Jer, you should watch that. You're getting into hockey. Watch like 90s beat the shit out of each other hockey. There's nothing
great.
better than it.
I was thinking of that. I need to go back and watch some old like Wayne Gretzky in Edmonton, like early young when he's just when he's the GOAT, when he's the greatest of all time.
I mean, he's the GOAT, period. And also, him or Tiger, GOATs of all time, all sports, period. Tom Brady's great. Take away his top 10 defenses, he has like one ring.
Tom Brady.
Oh, man. All right.
That's debatable.
And here's a quick update. Colorado's still down 0-1. 2 minutes into the second period. The Avs are getting outshot 17-4. Darcy Kemper's doing something tonight. Sorry, I shouldn't bang the table. I know it's loud.
Yeah, it's audio poison, but we'll live.
All right. Shake it at the table.
If we're going to do it, let's do it this episode. Let's get all that shit out.
Darcy Kemper's stepping up tonight, so go Avs, go. We still got time. Period and a half. Let's get it done.
We talked about we got the preview game 3, and the results was lovely, 6-2. I'm like, now this is the team that I thought I was going to see when I started to cheer for this team. Shout out to the Tampa Bay Lightning, man. Stamkos, Kucherov. Who else? My man.
Yeah, Kucherov's been a beast. Sorelli's got the one tonight. Ryan McDonough. All right, hockey guys got
Perry's
good
name
names.
a lot, but they was out there banging. Yeah. They was out there banging.
Perry was all over in Game 3. Maroon was all over in Game 3. It got a little chippy, too. That's what I like to see.
I don't like the chippy towards the end when the game's over.
Right.
That's just it's one thing when you're chippy within the competition trying to win and it's a competitive game. Chippy.
That game was physical,
but I hate the chippiness because you're salty. Yeah. All right, let the game just be over with. Like I don't need. Why are we trying to fight now? The fight's over.
That's
with.
what they
You should have been fighting when it was 2-2 or whatever. When the score was closer.
But
you
can't do that because that's when you get yourself in penalty trouble. And when during the game, it's a little bit of trying to get the other team to do some stuff like that. But when it's a lost cause, then you can start goofing around a little bit.
So going into the penalty box is like getting into foul trouble, right?
It's like timeout when you're a kid. Go sit in the corner.
Yeah.
The sin bin.
But I just feel like I didn't like the chippiness towards the end. Like now the game's almost over with. Let's just go home and y'all just get ready for Game 4.
One thing I like, so the broadcast on, was it on ABC
on
Monday?
Charles Barkley
ABC and ESPN. That was weird. But the guy Ray Ferraro, he's the on ice commentator. Dude, did you see him when both benches were yelling at each other? So it was like Tampa bench, Avs bench, but right in the middle is Ray Ferraro in his little broadcast booth, but he's got both guys on the side of him just yelling across each other. Man, it was fantastic.
Just going at it.
He's right on the ice, all by himself, man. He has got the best seat in the house.
That's what Jody does for Fox Sports.
Jody Shelley?
For the Blue Jackets, yeah. Jody Shelley, he's down there
Nice.
between the benches, too.
Oh,
That's the
sweet.
Homer broadcast, so he'll just talk shit to the other team. You know, he's a former Jacket and everything. But, yeah,
Excellent.
no, that's like the best position.
Oh,
Like, that
that's
would be
cool.
my dream job, just to talk some puck.
Right there.
Yeah, just talk puck, be right there in the middle of the action. It'd be some fun shit.
There you go.
Yeah, I know, it's weird. I'm trying to do a lot back here. It's all good.
Dude, right. You're a man of many talents.
That's right.
But yeah, Ray Ferraro's got that just locked up right there. I thought that was funny that they had Charles on. Like, that's what my mom was. Who is that? Charles? Who's that guy? Is that Charles Barkley? What's he doing?
You'd be surprised at how many people love hockey. Snoop Dogg, huge ass hockey fan.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
He got into L.A. Kings and
Yeah, he commentates
Jonathan
games
Quick.
for him.
Oh man.
I noticed Charles on the thing, and he was giving this little spill about how he got there. He hit up the commissioner to be like to get tickets to go down to Tampa. He was like, "Well, if you give me the," he's like,
Charles, man.
Yeah, he was like, the commissioner said, "Well, if I get you the tickets, you gonna come down?" He was like, "Yeah," and he came. He flew down there that day, and boom. Then he ended up on the broadcast. I'm thinking like, "Hey, man, maybe one day," but you never know.
You're right. Avs going on the power play right now. Penalty on Victor Hedman.
Okay, what exactly is who? How do you get into power play? What does that mean?
All right, so power play. So, like, just happened, penalty on Victor Hedman, 2 minutes for interference, which is like we were talking about, setting a pick for somebody in basketball is legal, but setting a screen for somebody in hockey is illegal.
Right.
So Victor Hedman picked somebody who got called for interference. So Victor Hedman goes to the penalty box for 2 minutes, so it's 5-on-4. So the Avalanche have a one-man advantage. Get to take them on 5-on-4, and the Avalanche have had like 30%. They're about 30% success rate on their power play, which means they score 3 out of 10 times. And that's really where the advantage happens in hockey, is if you've got 5 dudes on 4, it's just a big advantage. It's a big difference. It's hard for 4 dudes to stop 5 guys skating around, especially with the speed of Colorado.
Yeah, I understand that part.
Especially if it can end up being like a 5-on-3,
Oh, yep.
then it's like damn near impossible to
And
stop.
that happened against Colorado
Yeah.
in Game 3.
6-on-4 the other night. I thought.
And so
In
6
the
on.
power play.
Yeah, and that would have been Colorado.
Sits on 4?
If it's a 6-on-4, they pull the goalie, which would have been Colorado towards the end when
Yeah.
they had Tampa on a power play. I think.
Yeah,
at
that's
the
about
end
the
of
only
Game
time you're going to
3.
have sits on 4.
Yep.
Or
But typically,
overtime.
Like, yeah, at the end of a game,
Well, not in the playoffs.
if
so.
a team is down 1 and there's like 2 minutes left in the game, they'll pull the goalie, and so it'll be 6-on-5, and basically create their own power play, but they give up their goalie. But it's a last desperation if you're down 1 with like 2 minutes anyway, and you're going to lose. You got to get the goalie out of there, bring in the 6-man, create your own power play, and try and get a goal when it's 6-on-5. But when it's 6-on-5, you got 11 bodies down in the one short zone. So a lot of bodies in there. It's still kind of easy for the defense to make plays, and if they break it away, they got an empty net on the other end. So that's typically what happens in a 6-5 scenario.
Yeah, so real quick story time, Jer. Blue Jackets this was their second playoff series. They hadn't won a home game at all, ever. It was Game 4, and it was the first time I went to a playoff game because I figured they've been at once in 13 years. If they don't win this game and they lose the next game, who the hell knows the next time I'll see them. They're down 3-0 at the end of the first period. They come back, they get 1 goal, they get 2 goals, so they're down 3-2. Last minute and a half, they pull their goalie, so now it's 6-on-5. And they score a goal with about 12 seconds left. Have you been to Nationwide Arena before? For anything?
Yeah.
So I was standing there, and there's no sitting down that last 5 minutes. Everybody in that entire arena is up, screaming their heads off. Huh?
Nice.
I've delivered to the actual building,
Oh, yeah.
and then you go up under it and you see the ring. I just walked out on the ring, took a selfie.
Yeah, that's super
to the
cool.
ice. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no, but yeah, and the floor was literally shaking. Like,
Damn.
you could feel the concrete vibrating because
That's awesome.
they scored with 13 seconds left and tied it up. The Marc-Andre Fleury for the Penguins went behind the net and threw it out with just all this time left. He gets stuck behind the net, so we were able to shoot between 2 people, and it went in the net. Place erupted, screamed their head off, go to overtime. Jackets win their first ever home game. Nick Fliddy with the iconic picture of him, like,
Man, that's awesome. I was at that game too.
really?
Yeah.
One of the greatest nights of my life.
I was visiting my mom.
Yeah, the entire arena district, man. There is nothing in this world like playoff hockey. And I've been to Lambeau, I've been to the Shoe, I've been to big games at both. nothing like playoff hockey. There's no atmosphere like it. There's no energy. That entire district, everywhere downtown, was just CBJ chants, people drunk off their ass.
Nice.
Like, so that's story time with producer Adam for this week. I'm going to throw it back to you guys, and I'm done chiming in.
Yeah, I was out here visiting my mom. What was that, 2012, 14?
14.
Yep. Yeah, she was dating some dude, and he bought real nice tickets, 15 rows up right from the goal. It was on our end. Bang, overtime, man.
Greatest
shootout, right?
No, there's no shootouts in playoffs.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It was, I think, Flitty, he shot from the blue line and caught Fleury off the drive.
Pretty quick. Sudden death.
All right,
playoff hockey. They score?
Yeah, it's 1-1.
There you go.
Go, Avs, go. All right, banged it in. Let's see who got that. We got 5 minutes left, and we're going to get out of here. It's Wednesday night. We got things to do.
All right, man.
Avs tied it up.
We done tied it up. It's all good. But the NBA draft is tomorrow. And like I said, it's whoever goes 1 overall, good luck to them. Because I like what OKC's doing, and between Paolo and Jabari,
Thunder up, baby.
that's a nice fit. The Rockets, I like what they're doing. You know, some Kenyon Martin Jr.
You think home
and Kevin Porter Jr. both requested trades out of there, but that's because they going Jalen Green, and they got a nice little young core that.
You think Holmgren's going one?
He should go ahead, go on, Holmgren. But if not, the best player that should go 1 is Jabari Smith. But I'm just saying, Holmgren go 1 because you don't know with the Magic, and like Holmgren, you don't know what he would. So it's just they're a unicorn. He's a unicorn. Let's figure out if they can make it a real thing.
Oh yeah, there's that Jeremy Sochan. The dude, the other dude from Gonzaga, Drew Timmy.
Oh yeah, and I don't like Gonzaga prospects. Suggs is down there. Oh yeah, and his former teammate is down there in Orlando as well. So that might be a help. If Suggs got any pull, he might be able to say, "Get my guy."
Yo, bring him down here, and we can suck together. Ain't no matter.
Right, because it's the Magic. Ain't nothing down there but Disneyland, people.
All right.
You know what's also down there? The future champs, Tampa Bay Lightning, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Get out. Get out.
Let's not. The year that Tampa won it both in hockey and in the NFL.
Well, in the year before that, they won it in baseball and hockey, I think. I think the Rays just won.
They did it in a year they had all three wins.
All three, was that right?
The assholes.
See, that's why we forget, because we don't give a shit. Fuck Florida. We don't care.
All right.
All right. That's it for That's Debatable. I'm Ryan Dietrich. Jeremiah Bays. Adam, get in here.
Oh, shit. Boom. It's a lot to do.
There we go.
I got the music going.
All right, for the folks out there that were watching this, we appreciate you. Hey, this is the way it goes. Loosey-goosey tonight.
Yeah, we need you back, Willie. Threw it off.
One love, Will. Hopefully Big Willie's hitting it big in Vegas.
Yeah, no shit. Get rich and buy us some fancy shit here.
New chairs.
Yeah, new chairs. My bad, guys. My bad.
Situations. Hey, man. Happy birthday to myself.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday.
Hey.
What's your cash app if anyone wants to give you some blessings?
Jared Bays.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Just that simple. Shot.
Nothing extra. Easy peasy. Jared Bays.
J-E-R Bays.
How old are you tomorrow?
29.
1 year away from the fun one.
Yeah.
Where you just realize you're getting old and everything starts hurting.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm happy to bring that up for you.
Never grow up.
All right, we done?
Yep, we out.
That,
all right.
No paper toss. Peace.